What's up guys, this is Josh here from Blender Bros, and I saw this video right here on Twitter recently, and basically what's happening is this is a boolean, a live boolean that is dynamically updating within the 3D viewport, and I want to show you how to do this. It's a very easy solution and it's actually pretty cool. So this has to do with a secret modifier stack. I'm going to blur it out to kind of spice up the video a bit, but it's very easy to do. Let me show you. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just start a new scene. I'm going to add in a cube. Now, if we go back to that video real quick, essentially what's happening is as he moves around the Boolean, this is updating dynamically the topology within the Boolean. Now, let me kind of show you why this wouldn't work normally, especially if you're new, just so you have some context. So if I were to subdivide this cube right here a few times, then maybe run, a sub D on this and then run a Boolean operation. Well, what's going to happen is since the sub D right here has already executed, now we just have a Boolean moving around. And whenever I move around this Boolean, it's not dynamically updating the topology. That's the issue here. And that's what the video is basically showing it doing. So let me show you how to actually get that to update and kind of retopologize this inner area. So you're probably going to laugh at how simple this is, but I'll go ahead and show you. So first thing I want to do here is just give this a few subdivisions, maybe, something like this. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. Now we have to think about, okay, if we're going to run a Boolean here, I'll just run a Boolean cut. How exactly would I retopologize dynamically this inner area here without, applying the Boolean? Because again, this is a live Boolean. We want this to update dynamically. This is actually very simple to do. Let me remove this smooth modifier real quick. All we do is we go here to generate, and then we go to remesh. Now, the remesh modifier is a bunch of different settings. The one I would recommend using is the smooth setting here. And we're going to turn on smooth shading. And we're also going to increase this octree depth to about 5. And as an optional step, you don't need to do this because it's already doing what I'm showing you. But as an optional step, you could actually reduce this and run a sub D at the end instead, just to round everything out very nicely like this. And you can kind of see what's happening here. Now, as I move this Boolean around, it's dynamically updating on the mesh, which is super cool, super useful. And you can kind of see this is exactly what that video was doing. Now, I've found with this strategy that you want to use, like I said, the smooth operation. The voxel doesn't look very good. The sharp it's okay. And the blocks just, that generates blocks basically. If I turn this off and maybe increase this, it actually works okay in this case, so maybe we could get away with that. You just kind of want to play with the settings, see what works best for you, but in this case I think smooth is the best option. It's going to keep everything nice and dynamic, and you can see I have a live Boolean that is dynamically retopologizing within the viewport, which is pretty crazy actually. So that's it guys, that's the solution. You literally run a Boolean and then you run a remesh and then you run a sub D as an optional step. So just to kind of show you what's happening here in the viewport, first we have our cube and then we have our Boolean operation, and then to dynamically update that Boolean we run a remesh modifier, and then as an optional step we can run a subdivision surface modifier here in the mesh, and everything's going to look exactly as it should. So super cool strategy, something maybe you could use in your workflow as well. So quick video today guys, hope you enjoyed that cool little trick. If you want to check out some of our hard surface modeling products and courses, head to the link in the description, blenderbros.com. We have courses for beginners, we have courses for intermediates, we have assets, all sorts of stuff for Blender. So head to blenderbros.com in the description, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.